Hello friends, I hope you're doing well. I had a question that came up a few times in clinic this week, and this is something that I love talking about. So I just wanted to make a video about this because I'm sure if a lot of people are wondering about this, then you're probably wondering about it too. So this video is all about how to tell if you have heavy periods and why it even matters. So as always, I have my notes up here to refer to, but a lot of women are unaware if their periods are heavy or not, and it makes a huge difference. In knowing, because heavy periods can be from, there's lots of things that can cause heavy periods, but heavy periods are a really common cause of chronic low iron, which I know a lot of women suffer from, and low iron affects your rates of fertility and ability to conceive. So I'm going to go through here how to tell if you know, or how to tell if your periods are heavy or not. So number one, a normal period loss should be about 50 mils in a cycle. So 50 mils is about 3 tablespoons of blood. So less than 25 mils is a light period. More than 80 mils is a heavy period. So we're gonna go over exactly how to tell how many mils you're bleeding a month. If you have a Diva cup, it's a lot easier, but I'll tell you exactly how to tell based on tampons, pads, etc. So one fully soaked regular pad or regular tampon is about 5 mils of blood or 1 teaspoon. A super tampon is about 10 mils of blood or 2 teaspoons. So and I'm talking about a whole period, not just one day. So if in a whole period you're using more than 8 super tampons or super pads, or 16 regular tampons or regular pads and they're soaked, fully soaked, or more than 2.5 Diva cups, that is a heavy period, my friends. If you're like, well, I don't know how much I use, start tracking to see, because you might be surprised. And I often will have women say, oh, well, I use 4 Diva cups in the first day. And it's like, whoa, that is a heavy period. That is going to make sure your iron stays really low. So what are some of the causes of heavy periods? So copper IUDs will cause a really heavy period. Marine IUD tends to not cause a heavy period at all. And ovulatory cycle, so if you're not actually ovulating in your cycle, then that can cause a heavy period. Thyroid disease, so a lot of hyperthyroid or even hypothyroid I've seen cause heavy periods as well. Coagulation disorder, so if you have a blood clotting disorder, endometriosis and adenomyosis, and those are 2 things that also affect fertility and ability to conceive. But for most women, the most common cause of heavy periods is having estrogen excess compared to progesterone. So why does this matter? The reason why it matters if you have high estrogen. So high estrogen will make it really easy to get pregnant, but oftentimes high estrogen comes with low progesterone, and low progesterone makes it more challenging to get pregnant, and it makes it more challenging to keep the pregnancy. So there's a lot of research coming out now where they're actually using bioidentical progesterone for women that have a history of chronic miscarriages, because progesterone helps hold the pregnancy. And women whose progesterone is too low will have a really hard time getting pregnant. So what is estrogen excess caused by? So high production from your ovaries. And this could just be genetic if your ovaries are producing a lot more estrogen. The other thing is environmental excess. So if you're getting a lot of plastics, or you're eating a lot of foods that will increase estrogen. So if you're having a ton of soy, or in Canada, we don't have to worry this as much, but in some places, in some countries, they will give animals a lot of estrogens to help increase milk production, etc. So that, you can get estrogens from that. Like I said, we don't have to worry about that as much in Canada if you're in Canada. Impaired liver function or detoxification. So if your liver is not actually conjugating and detoxifying the estrogens properly. And then the last thing is a gut imbalance. So if your microflora is imbalanced in the gut, it's your microflora that helps, or your bacteria in your gut that helps conjugate and move estrogen out of your body. So if you're not doing that properly, the estrogen recirculates, and that can be a cause of high estrogen. So there's lots of different reasons why, and this is why it's important to talk to someone to try and figure out what the heck is going on. But please let me know, send me a DM. Do you have heavy periods? I want to know. I'm also going to be writing a post about this, and I'd love to hear more from you in there. Take care. Bye.